Have you ever had a hobby that got away from you only for something to spark your interest to reignite the passion? Well, that's exactly where I find myself. After doing some research online to find the perfect ballad song, I landed on the Nabalis Vulp Pro. Today we'll be unboxing it. Let's jump right in. My first impressions out the box were I thought that the knife felt very solid, and as someone who's coming from flipping very cheap ballad songs or plastic ballad songs, it's a warm welcome to have something that feels pretty solid and definitely sturdy. As I showed on screen earlier, there are a few more things that are included in the box. You first get an additional hardware pack, which is very nice they included. It comes with the extra pieces you need and a T10 bit. Additionally, you get a bottle of lube, a bottle of blue Loctite, and some bite handle indicators. Alright, so first impressions right out of the box. It feels like it flips a little slow. Feels light. I like the design of the Bowie blade with the bottle opener. I got the black and white colorway, as you can tell. Obviously I wanted the teal one, but they didn't have it available, not in stock. The sound is pretty damp. I don't know if you can tell that well from on camera. As I'm recording this video, I realized I didn't really do that good of a sound test, so we'll do it right now. So I think it sounds pretty good. Pretty bouncy. The finish feels like a Cerakote finish, like a little bit of a glossy Cerakote finish. Cerakote finishes are familiar with firearm industry. It's got the G10 inlay, feels pretty smooth. The grip on this feels pretty nice. It flips really well. For a little backstory on my flipping experience, I have had ballad songs since like 2015. I used to be really into the hobby in high school, and when I went to college I kind of went on a little hiatus, mainly because I didn't bring anything. I started flipping with a Lego ballad song that, if you want to watch it, I'll put the link in the description. I think that video is like 8 years old now, but I started flipping on that and then got an Amazon trainer and was a comb, and it wasn't that great. This is my first ballad song that's actually expensive. That's like over $100. Before, like I said, I was flipping the cheap ones, and then I bought myself a Squiddy, which, let me grab it. So I bought myself one of these, which this is a Squiddy from Squid Industries, which this is what I was flipping for the longest time, but I really wanted to get something that weighed a little bit more because it was light. So I bought this one ballad song that I saw on a Will Hirsch video like 4 or 5 years ago. I'll throw it up on screen now. I don't have it right now because my friend is using it to learn tricks on, because he is getting into the hobby as well. So this is the first ballad song that I would say is quality. I recently bought this as well. This is the Marcolo Comet on Amazon. I bought this because I was looking to get back into flipping because I haven't really done it in a lot of years. But I wasn't really satisfied with this because it pinches me when I do rollover, like when I do chaplains into like that. It pinches me and it's not that comfortable. This though, so far, first impressions, not getting pinched. Sounds pretty, it's deeper. I like the way it sounds. I like the way it feels. It's lighter than what I have flipped before, I think, because the Marcolo is like 4.2 ounces or something, and this one is, I don't know. Recently, one of my friends was asking me about my butterfly knife or balisong, and we looked up one of my old YouTube videos of me flipping, which is now privated because it was very cringe. And he was trying to get into the hobby, so I started looking up some research. And granted, take this in mind, when I was flipping, there was only like 5 people who were posting YouTube videos. One of the people I can recall was Knifeiac. I watched Cutlery Lover. I watched all the videos that were out like a decade ago, almost a decade ago, about how to learn tricks. Getting into the hobby was kind of expensive. Like the dream flipper at the time was the Alpha Beast and the Squid Trainer, like the original Squid Trainer from Squid Industries. There was a price of entry to the hobby that I couldn't afford as a kid in high school. But now that I'm an adult, I can afford things like this. This was actually bought as a gift for Christmas from my brother, so thank you. But I wanted to get back into the hobby and invest a little bit of money into it because the most expensive thing I had bought before was this, the Squiddy, which is what got me really into flipping actually. This is what I learned most of my tricks on after, like this is the only like decent thing I had to flip, because all the other ones were cheap knives I got at the gun show or just some crappy Amazon comb. This was what really set me off into flipping. I also had a couple of those CSGO curved ones that I thought at the time were good for flipping, but I had no idea what I was talking about. So yeah, those weren't good. But from first impressions on this, I think this feels pretty good. Let's do a little tolerance test. No tap. Very, very, very little play. This is my first Nabalis product ever. I don't really have that big of a collection. Let me show you real quick. I have this, which is my first balisong that I ever got, and this is a really crappy live blade that I got at the gun show for $10, which was my first ever real balisong. This was my first ever balisong. It's got my latch right there. And this is made out of Legos. This is what I made a YouTube video on, and this is what I learned to flip on, like the basic opening and all that stuff. This is how I learned to flip on this Lego balisong. Like I said earlier, the Squiddy, and then I have a couple others that I have no idea where they are, probably at my parents' house somewhere. Now I have this, and out of the first few minutes of me flipping this definitely feels like the best balisong I've ever flipped. It's not pinching me anywhere. The weight feels good. Feels light, but not too light. I like a lighter. I do like a lighter knife. Just personal preference. I feel like I can flip something lighter better. But yeah. Before last week, I bought this last week, which I was kind of disappointed in because I was trying to get back into the hobby for flipping, because all I had before was this and that black one from Amazon, and I wanted to get something that was a better flipper, and online people were saying that this is a decent flipper, and it's not terrible. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely not bad, but after just flipping this for like a few moments, this is definitely by far a lot better. It's like double the price, but obviously it feels like double the performance. But yeah.
I hope you enjoyed my first impressions and the unboxing of the Vulp Pro and the unboxing of an old hobby that I'm getting back into. So if you made it this far, leave a comment down below saying booyah, and I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.